Greetings and welcome, fellow investigators, to another episode of Let's Play Return of the Obra Dinn. Again, if you're not interested in being spoiled at any point during this Let's Play, please shut off the video now. Alright, now we actually do have some idea of stuff, because for instance, Henry Evans left the ship to give us this, so we know he escaped. Which does put him in the high areas of where it should probably be. Alright, so we don't have many more of this. Alright, so do we know who Henry Evans is? Where is the ship's surgeon? Probably higher up. Yeah. We don't know what happened to him. Aside from the fact that he escaped, but we don't know who he is. Yeah, that's gonna be something else. Although we can tell who this one... No, he's not. That's not the surgeon. Was just clicking on the wrong place. That's the helmsman. Alright, so now this door has opened up. And we can already see the next corpse coming out. But let's actually delve a little bit further into the book. And get back to the Doom. Let's see. Because... Let's see. On the main deck, we now know who this one is. He was a midshipman, I think, named Pete. And that's another 3 fates done. Right. Back to the table of contents. Is there anything from the Doom that I can identify? Let's see, we don't know what this all is, but on the main deck we may be able to identify more people. Alright, so 9 others were present. Yeah, the helmsman was also there. We don't know who you are. I would have to go back into the memory. I don't want to do that. So instead, we'll just go have a look at this one. Because someone was hanging by his feet, apparently.
On your toes.
Go back there!
Here.
Captain!
Slack the lifts and lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us. Give it up.
Alright, so this fella was being shot by you. We don't know who you are. Or you. And you was speaking something foreign. Is that... Well... Alright, so we know who you are. Yeah, you're Pete. At this point you're still alive. We don't know who you are. And we have another corpse hanging here. This looks to be part of the Formosan royalty. And you are also part of that Formosan royalty. And this is the helmsman. Alright, so he was shot. The gun, we don't know why. And there's indeed another corpse on the deck. Or rather, hanging from the rope. Alright, let's go see what that's all about. Because we actually have a major clue in that one. Really? You know, you could just go straight there, you know?
Seng Lao, you have been found guilty by self-confession of the murder of Nunzio Pasquale.
Quiet.
As captain of this ship, and by the authority of the East India Company, and thus the Crown of England, I sentence you to death by firing line. Mr. Wolf, when you are ready.
Right, sir. Ready, men. Aim. Fire!
Alright, so... Seng Lao. Well, luckily his name was said out loud, otherwise I would never have figured that out. Alright, so here we have the firing line. Now, it is important to know that he was only struck by one bullet, which I believe was being shot by this fellow, which we already know. There's also another corpse on the deck here, although he's wrapped up, so I'm not getting a prompt. We have some more people standing by. You gave the order. So we know that you are Wolf, the gunner. And in particular, this is an interesting bit because this is indeed the Justice at Sea scene that we have seen painted before. So now we should have some idea on some of the characters. In particular, you have been identified as Miss Lin. So I'm gonna guess Bundan Lim. And we don't know anyone else here. Murder. Well, he didn't meet an unknown fate. We know exactly what happened. He was shot by a gun by Brennan. That man sure gets around with the killing stuff. And we have another death on the deck. So we may have to come back here later, but for now, we indeed go figure out what happened here. And this is where the intrigue really comes in, if I recall correctly.
Hello? Who is there? Who is that? Is someone hurt? Signore Nichols, is that you? What are you doing down here?
Hello, yes. All fine here. Just, sorting some things. Watch your step. Here, let me help you.
Alright, not very subtle. And we have that one identified, and we know who this is. So we can enter him into the box as Mr. Nichols. Which would make him... I'm looking over it now. Second mate. Right, we did hear this guy's name. He was the passenger Nunzio Pasqua. Was there anyone else here? Alright, this guy was unconscious. And this is apparently what it was all about. Let's see, I don't think anyone else was present for this. Indeed, the rest of the ship is indeed dark. Unless there's someone hiding in those hammocks. Which I don't think... I think this is all just storage and stuff. So indeed, something fishy was going on here. And it also proves that the guy being shot in the previous scene was indeed innocent. Right. Well, we know what happened. He was knifed by Edward Nichols. And apparently this does not lead to anything, because this guy is not dead, he's just unconscious. But there's nothing else to be found here. Just 3 deaths. Alright, let's dive back into this memory for a bit. Oh, not this one. Wrong memory. I wanted to get into the hanging guy.
Hok Seng Lao, you have been found guilty by self-confession.
Right.
Of the murder of Nunzio Pasqua.
下来，一把杖吊在肩。
We don't know who this is.
As captain of this ship, and by the authority of the
We
East
don't
India
know who
Company,
you are.
and thus the crown of England, I sentence you
Or
to
you.
death by fire.
But I can probably guess that you're responsible for the food supply.
Mr. Wolf, when you are ready.
Right, sir. Ready, men. In. Fire!
Right. Alright, we don't know who you are. Alright, so you are... Let's... Is there anyone else we should be able to identify now? I mean, we don't know for certain that the helmsman died. I'm not sure he did. So we can't call that one. And there's also one other person in this scene. And that's the person actually drawing this. Which is this guy over here. And we can indeed identify him as this guy. The artist. Edward Pratt. although we don't know his fate. That's really the most important ones, I think. I mean, we could determine you, I think, but it would still be a guess on my part. Alright, let's just move on. For now, I'm not sure I have enough clues about stuff. Alright, did that unlock anything else? Down here. Nothing in here. Nothing in here. Not seeing any clues here. Oop. But we can now go down, I think. And we see some really disturbing stuff, I guess. Let's check these side rooms first, since we are here. Alright, where are we exactly? Because we are now in the orlop deck in the surgery room. And this is the purser's office, I believe, if I read that right. And we see a blood trail over here. Let's follow it.
Someone shoot the damn thing!
Yeah, he was shot, apparently. So this was unknown, but apparently we know who he is. And what the hell is that? Right, so we know who that is. That's the first mate. Can't quite tell anyone else. The angle is a bit wrong for me to tell who this is. Right, so that's the guy who shot him. Although I can't get an angle on him right now. There's another guy over here shooting, that's the bosun. And ooh, we have another dead guy over here. Soldiers of the Sea. Alright, the port walk. Yeah, it says that I can identify him, but I have no idea who it is. I don't know who shot him, unfortunately. It was completely by accident, but still. It is indeed this guy that's next. So let's just follow where the trail leads.
I've got you. I'll get you down.
Right, so this guy, who we can't identify, was impaled by something. We don't know who you are, but you're trying to get into the lower decks. Alright. And there was some great struggle over here. We have already identified you. Yes, indeed, there was a great struggle over here, but that's pretty much all we can see here, so we'll continue this next time. Thank you for watching.